1000 subscriber special, a reaction and analysis of Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. So before the song reaction actually starts, I just wanted to take a second to say thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking these videos. We have reached 1000 subscribers on the channel, which is really cool. It's interesting. I was speaking to my friend George today, and he was congratulating me for the 1000 subscribers. The last time we spoke, he was congratulating me for 70 subscribers. So that was on the 1st of May. And in 16 days, we've hit 1000, which is, you know, I don't want to get too cheesy on this video. I just thank you very much for joining me on these videos. It's been amazing to see sort of how far these videos can reach throughout the world. So like I got people from like South America messaging me, Germany, Philippines, and we're sort of connecting over this music, which is also, I should say, watching like older people where the music was like released in their childhoods, sort of reliving and resparking their love of the bands and music through my enjoyment and my reactions has also been very cool. Very cool. In terms of moving forward with the channel, I will be putting out a lot of different content on this channel. I have big plans. However, for the foreseeable future, I will be doing music reactions. As long as you guys keep enjoying them, I am happy to keep doing them. I thought the best way to sort of celebrate this sort of little milestone of mine was to go back to the band that started the whole thing, which is Nirvana, and my reaction to Lithium, which really jump-started the channel for me. And since no one's listening, I feel like the Nirvana fans have been the coolest fan base so far. If you were to ask me, just generally really good vibes and really insightful analysis in the comments for all of these songs. So no knock on any other fan base, but yeah, you guys have been really cool. So that's it for the intro. Now into the actual song reaction. Okay, so this song is Smells Like Teen Spirit. This is the signature song of Nirvana. I have heard this song in passing. It's really hard not to. You'd have to live in a cave not to have heard this song. However, I've never actually sat down to break down the music or the lyrics of this song and digest what is actually going on in the track. In terms of the actual song name, it has a very cool story behind it, which I found out about. Kurt's girlfriend's friend wrote above Kurt's bed, "Kurt smells like Teen Spirit." Now, Kurt took this as meaning, you know, he has a rebellious nature or aura about him. However, what she actually meant was that there was apparently a brand of deodorant for women that was called Teen Spirit, and Kurt would wear his girlfriend's deodorant and he smelled like Teen Spirit. He smelled like the brand, which is an awesome little fact or spark that went on to become, I guess, one of the most important songs of its era, you can at least say. So this is the track that really put Nirvana on the map. To understand its success, you have to put yourself into the context of when it was released in the early 90s. And the landscape of rock was very different, where the predominant genre played on like pop stations would be hair metal music or kind of in that style, very loud, abrasive, probably fun music, but with themes of like excess and talking about girls and whatnot. However, what Nirvana brought was a sea change into much more introspective music and made much more alternative sounding rock more acceptable to the mainstream. So in terms of my initial expectations for the song, I expect this to sort of be all the greatest aspects of Nirvana sort of boiled down to one track. In terms of the themes, with the song title being Smells Like Teen Spirit, I expect it to be about sort of freedom, perhaps a release from all the difficult emotions of growing up, you know, with the title being Smells Like Teen Spirit. Also, if you do get a second, give this channel a subscribe, this video a like, maybe share it with a friend and help this channel continue growing. Perhaps we can get to 2K in a much faster rate than we did to 1000 subscribers. Regardless of that, all of that was just the initial expectations. Let's get into the actual music. Okay, here we go. Okay, I usually always give super initial takes. I mean, that has to be one of the most impactful intros of all time. Kurt's very, very famous guitar riff, and then Grohl just coming in with ba-bum, 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 bum, bum. It's like the power of this band. And again, just being a three-piece band, the level of intensity that they get out of every instrument, every person in their role, giving everything. I mean, it's so intense, man. Again, I think this is going to be like sort of everything we love about their music sort of synthesized in one song. And I can already see that very, very signature dynamic of theirs coming to life. You have the quiet, loud dynamic again, the incredible intensity of the release, and then the simmering tension that starts to build with Kurt's sort of guitar strums. All to be seen right in the first couple 20 seconds. Let's start this thing again. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. I know some people might think that's criminal, but we're gonna go back and forth. This is Smells Like Teen Spirit, so we'll cover sections of this song again and again if we need to. The ability that Kurt has to build tension, I feel like is second to none. It's the way that he constructs his lyrics, his verses, and then along with his guitar playing, that is so brilliant. His musicianship, maybe some people don't see it as being as technically gifted as someone like Page or Iommi, especially with his guitar playing skills, but he emphasizes emotion and the way something will make you feel over everything else. And he's doing that once again. And I've come to really love his cryptic style of writing. His his lyrics generally are more so have a general theme or there to build an atmosphere more than mean anything specifically. And he's doing that once again with this first verse and the pre-chorus. Again, guns seem to be a recurring item that seems to come up in a lot of his music. Very foreboding with that. But the way he delivers the verse is where all the meaning is conveyed. And sort of what I get from the way Kurt's delivering this is like a kind of a feeling of melancholy, a feeling of discontent that he's singing with, especially with that pre-chorus part with the hello, 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 how low, beautiful little twist that he has there. And his vocals seem to be starting to like build up to something along with the guitars and the music behind it. It's all starting to like erupt almost, just like pre-eruption. So well done, man. Signature style or Nevermind, and the signature of this band is this amazing dynamic. They do it better than anyone I've seen. Backing it up again. Just wow. That has to be one of the greatest choruses of all time. I mean, it has to be up there. You can say that there's other choruses that are as good, but what's better? What's better than that? It has everything you'd want in a chorus. It's a complete and utter release of emotion. One thing I wanted to highlight there is it's quite interesting to see whenever Kurt talks about sexuality, I found that in his lyrics, he always has a hint of almost like regret or shame along with it. And I read somewhere that Kurt sort of in his teen years kind of struggled with his sexuality, where he questioned for a little period of time whether or not he was gay. And maybe this is what sort of is conveyed when he speaks about it. I remember in Lithium seeing a very similar thing. It's really cool that he can add that. Sort of these feelings. Shame is such a hard emotion to express, and Kurt does it with such ease. You know, it's such a testament to his songwriting skills and his ability as an artist. To speak on the music, this is everything that's great about this band. You have Grohl's incredible intensity on the drums, Kurt's vocals, which just sort of fire on all cylinders, just grabbing you by the throat. The quiet, loud dynamics, guitars that sound like walls of like 30-40 guitars together. Great engineering once again. I think Butch Vig was the guy who was engineering this stuff. Again, this is all the signature, all the best aspects of this band sort of distilled, crystallized into one song. Brilliant stuff. I'm just going to stop it really quick there. That pre-chorus, man, the haunting nature of the pre-chorus, it's just done so well. The structure of his songs, I think that's an aspect of his songwriting that I feel is the most strong. He generally laces his verses with, again, no specific intention perhaps he's trying to convey, or a specific thing he's trying to say. There are a lot of interpretations that you take, laced with really poetic lyrics. But the structure of how he presents the lyrics is really the impact for me, and the haunting nature of this pre-chorus. He simplifies everything down just as it's going to explode. So you have your pre-chorus be just the same word repeated again and again, with the last delivery of the word meaning something different. Nice and simple before we get into the ridiculous heights of the chorus. And if we get into the chorus a little bit, I feel like there's a real connection between the way Kurt writes and Lennon writes. I found out that he is a huge fan of John Lennon, and I find the way that they approach writing is from a very similar place. They both had difficult childhoods, so in general, there's a lot of melancholy, a lot of discontent inferred in what they're saying in a lot of their writing. Now, I think the approach or the quirks of the two writers are slightly different. I find that Lennon is sort of in a sense always searching for some kind of answer, whereas Kurt is okay with being in the darkness. He's not looking for anything. He's in the mud and he's okay with being there. And it's brilliant kind of perspective to write from, because it makes it so unique, so different from other things that you hear. I feel like when he's talking about a mulatto, an albino, a mosquito, my libido, he's kind of describing the outcasts of society almost, which I think is writing from this entire song. When he says, when the lights are out, it's less dangerous. He's okay with being in the darkness once again. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Again, all these feelings of discontent that he is conveying. Brilliant stuff, man. Oh my god. Now, to speak on Kurt's guitar skills, his solo skills, he seems to a lot of the time cop the same melody that he has in some of his verses with his guitar playing, the soloing that he does. I think he did the same thing again here, but the effects that he adds right at the end there was so amazing. It sort of bled into the next part of the song, a lasting sort of haunting end to that guitar solo. Again, really simple stuff, not overly complex, but impact is everything, man. Impact, the way it makes you feel, kind of makes you feel hollow, and I don't know, man. It's amazing what he gets out of his instrument. Truly amazing. Back it up. Listen to that. Well, I want to hear that last verse again. I think that was my favorite one I've heard so far. Yeah, that song gave me straight up goosebumps, man. That last section, how he ended it off after the guitar solo. Wow. Wow. I think that was my favorite verse right at the end. Love how he sort of ends everything off with, oh well, whatever, never mind. Again, that feeling of discontent, that is not an easy emotion to express through music. It's a very complicated one, yet he does it so powerfully. The simplicity of his writing is to the advantage of the song. I feel like if we get into it a little bit, and I forget just why I taste. Oh yeah, I guess it makes me smile. Interesting. I found it hard. It's hard to find. Oh well, whatever. Never mind. And I forget just why I taste. Interesting. I wonder what he means by that. I forget why I taste. Is he saying that his senses aren't useful to him anymore? He's gone that far into like feeling numb. The idea of just, well, whatever, never mind. Brilliant, man. Brilliant song. Just the way it just sends chills through you, you know? You can totally see how this would bring about a sort of sea change in music if what's coming before it is the idea of excess, girls, just kind of nonsensical music without feeling or emotion. And I feel sometimes as if music needs a new Nirvana almost. Someone to come along and knock everything down and make music kind of go through a more introspective phase once again. Hip hop certainly needs a bit of a shake up at the moment. There are some awesome artists out there. I don't want to say that it's not doing great things. You got Kendrick Lamar out here releasing brilliant albums, but I feel like we're due for a new Nirvana, you know, artists like Kurt to come around and shake things up once again. I mean, what can be said about this song that has not been said again? Has not been said before. Nirvana's music, I feel like, represents an absolute release, a release from everything. I guess that's what their name intends as well, a sense of absolute bliss, free from, you know, all those human monkey emotions. And that's what they supply with their music. Brilliant stuff, man. 2 thumbs up, 10 out of 10.